Good morning, students.
Good morning.
Good morning, Sarah. You're the only one with your schoolwork out already.
Get me a book.
What kind of work are you doing today? Is it
I'm doing
math? What is that?
I'm
Art?
taking notes from the book.
Oh, you're taking notes out of the book? Well, I don't see any notes on your paper, sweetie.
I'm getting ready for school. I'm not ready yet.
Good morning, Charlie.
Good morning.
How are you today?
Good.
How do you feel about your schoolwork?
Good. Great.
So you and Josh are still in your pajamas. Isn't that a nice advantage of being homeschooled, is not having to get all dressed up for school? Sarah, you just happen to be dressed. You're ready to go. We have 6 kids that are in homeschool, and my wife does all of the lessons. Charlie, what grade are you in?
Kindergarten.
Kindergarten. All right. Good morning, Joshua. What grade are you in?
2nd grade.
All right. Sarah, what grade are you in?
3rd grade.
3rd grade? Awesome. Good morning, Jordan.
Good morning.
How are you?
Good.
Good. What grade are you in, Jordan?
I'm in the 8th grade.
Awesome. Good morning, Purcell.
Hi.
What grade are you in?
I'm in the 6th grade.
Caitlin usually gets up before all the other kids. Good morning, Caitlin.
Good morning.
How are you?
Good.
What grade are you in, Caitlin?
I am in 9th grade.
9th grade. Wow. That means you're a freshman in high school. Wow. Okay. All right. So here's my wife. She's in her pajamas too.
I'm just checking on Caitlin. Caitlin pretty much flies on her own with her schoolwork. Caitlin's usually up earlier than the younger kids, and she gets her schoolwork done. That way she's able to free up one of the laptops and also make herself available to help me out with the younger kids. If she has any questions, I'm always here, but she's a straight A student. She's pretty sharp, and she pretty much flies on her own. So let's go and see what's going on with the other kids. Charlie is having a bad start this morning. She doesn't want to get her schoolwork done, but we're gonna put our thinking caps on. We're gonna have a positive attitude, right? This morning,
No, what does
right?
that mean?
Well, we're not gonna have a set mindset, are we? We learned that that's not good. We're gonna have an I can do this attitude, okay? So don't push the desk. You're gonna topple everything over. The computer, everything's gonna fall over. So stop moving the desk. Joshua's working on spelling, Sarah's reading her book, and I am going to start Charlie on one of her lessons. Joshua, if I'm too loud for you, then you can move on into the kitchen. Sarah, if I'm too loud for you, you can move on to the kitchen as well, okay? But I'm gonna get Charlie started on her language for today. What unique thing does a bear do in the winter? Do you know?
Yeah.
What?
It can, also,
Okay, so bring your chair over here and let's talk about it, because I'd like you to see the screen that I'm looking at. Get up, stand up, and put your chair back over here, right next to Mama, and let's take a look, okay? So, do you know that bears hibernate in the winter? Hibernating is when you take a long sleep, and some animals take a long sleep for the winter. People don't hibernate because we usually sleep for a certain amount of hours and then we wake up. But a bear can sleep almost the whole winter. They eat enough to sustain their bodies while they're sleeping, and they sleep just about the whole winter. So let's read our keywords for today. I'm going to say the keyword and you repeat after me, and you look at them so that way you become familiar with the words. Are you ready? Blustery. Cave. Fall. That's your high frequency word. What is that word?
what?
Do you know this one? This is another high frequency word.
Wow.
So we're gonna read Bear Snores On. The author of the book is the person who does what?
The person who made the book, or the person who made the story.
Very good. The person who writes the story. You know what the illustrator of a book is?
They made the stuff of the stuff in the book.
Like what?
Like the pictures.
Very good. The illustrator actually makes the pictures or draws the pictures in the book. Okay? So Carmel Wilson is the author of this story, and the illustrations are by Jane Chapman. So let's get started with this story. In a cave in the woods, in his deep dark lair, through the long cold winter sleeps a great brown bear. Because he's hibernating. That's what bears do for the winter. Only some types of bears hibernate. So he lights wee twigs with a small hot spark. Dark and
Spark.
very good. Those are the rhyming words. They're inside a bear's cave doing all this stuff. What do you think's gonna happen?
I don't know.
Do you think they're making noise?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think they're gonna beat them. I think the bears are like the lobbies.
Oh my gosh, you think they're gonna wake him up?
Yes.
Well, that's a good prediction. Let's see what happens. And they nibble and they munch with a chew, chomp, crunch. But the bear snores on. He's still sleeping. They tweet and they twitter. They chat and they chitter. But the bear snores on. In a cave in the woods, a slumbering bear sleeps through the party in his very own lair. Oh my goodness. They're having a party right in his lair.
I heard a rhyme word.
Did you?
Hair and lair.
Bear and lair. Very good. Hair does rhyme with bear and lair too. Mouse seasoned stew. Then a small pepper fleck makes the bear. A small pepper fleck. What do you think's gonna happen? It makes the bear. Let's make a prediction. What's gonna happen?
Wake up. He's gonna wake up.
You think he's gonna wake up?
Then get mad.
Let's see. Achoo! The pepper made him sneeze. He blows and he sneezes, and the whole crowd freezes. They're like, uh-oh, we woke the bear. And the bear wakes up. Bear gnaws and snarls. Bear roars and he rumbles. Bear jumps and he stomps. Bear growls and he grumbles. And he whimpers and he moans and he wails and he groans. So now he's crying because everybody was having a party while he was sleeping and he didn't have any fun. When the sun peeks up on a crisp, clear dawn, Bear can't sleep, but his friends snore on. So what's happening now? All his friends are doing what?
Sleep.
They're sleeping and now he's awake. That was a pretty cool story. Okay, so today we are going to learn about adjectives. An adjective is a word that describes a noun. What is a noun?
The person plays a thing.
Very good. Is boy a noun?
Yeah.
Why?
Person.
Yes. Is desk a noun?
Yes, it's a thing.
Right, it's a thing. Very good. What if I say dog? Is that a noun? Do me a favor. Don't fiddle, just look at me. A good listener looks at the speaker when the speaker's talking, right? That's what a good listener does. We learned about what it means to be a good listener. So let's try that again. Is dog a noun? Why?
It's an animal.
Awesome job. So today we're going to learn about adjectives. And again, adjectives describe nouns, which means an adjective will describe, don't fiddle, listen to me, look at the listener, look at the speaker. I'm right here. An adjective describes a noun. A noun is a person, place, thing, or animal. So if I say tall boy, the word tall is an adjective because it's describing the noun, which is the boy. Pink desk. The word pink is an adjective because it describes the desk. Curly hair. The word curly is an adjective because it's describing the hair, right? Which is a thing, right? Color words are adjectives. Size words are adjectives because size words and color words are all words that describe what something looks like. Okay, so let's listen to this.
A noun is a person, animal, place, or thing. An adjective is a word that describes a person. How about a tall man, a little girl, or a happy, funny boy?
Hey, how are you doing, Joshua? Very good. Awesome job. Is elephant a noun?
Uh-huh.
Why?
It's an animal.
Very good. Okay, so we know that adjectives describe nouns, right? So what if I say, look at the elephant. What if I say big elephant? Okay, so time equals distance divided by speed.
But I'm kind of stuck on it.
Okay, so the first thing when you're trying to find out the greatest common factor is you should always list the factors, and I always start with 1. So if you're trying to find the greatest common factor of 42, I would start with 1 times 42. Okay? And then you go on to the next one, which would be 2 times. No, that wouldn't be a factor. Remember, we're trying to get to 42. So 1 times 42 would give us 42. Charlie, you're supposed to be doing your schoolwork. Joshua, sit down and do yours. You guys should be sitting down and not creating more noise in the room. Are you done?
Yeah.
Then you need to sit there and wait for me. The factors are the numbers being multiplied in a multiplication problem, okay? So the factors that will give you 42 would be 1 times 42. The next factor, and I usually list them in order because they're a lot easier that way. Is there a factor that you can use with 2 that would give you 42?
21.
Thank you, 21. So let's see if there's a factor using 3. So the best way to do that is to divide. 42 divided by 3 is what? So we said that 3 times 14 is also a factor of 42, right? So 42 divided by 4. Is there a factor?
No.
No. So let's go to the next one. What about 6?
Yeah.
Yes, because 6 times what number gives you 42?
7.
6 times 7 gives you 42. We're going to list them in order. 1 was a factor, 2 was a factor, 3.
6.
Continue.
Okay, 21.
21 would be the next one.
And 42.
And 42. Those are all of the factors. So you would have to basically list now the factors for 96. And then they want you to find the greatest common factor. And the greatest common factor would be the biggest number, the largest number that they both share in common.